ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا
Good evening and welcome to this hour's news. I'm Suleiman Talash and this is RTA News. Today is Monday, the 20th of October 2024. Mullah Hidayatullah Badri, the Minister of Mines and Petroleum, met with the leaders and influential people of Takhar province in his office. In this meeting, effective management in mineral resources, prevention of smuggling and illegal extraction was discussed, and the problems and suggestions of this province were shared with the leadership of the ministry. Mr. Badri has assured the tribal leaders that according to the law and procedure of mining and in the presence of available possibilities, necessary measures will be taken to solve the problems of the people in this province. The National Statistics and Information Agency reports a 0.6% decrease in food prices in the month of Mizan. According to officials, this decrease is 1.7% in the prices of meat, 3.7% in the fruits, and 2.0% in sweets. At the same time, Kabul municipality says that it has started efforts to control food prices. Let's see more in the report. Officials of the National Statistics and Information Agency say that there has been a decrease of 0.7% in the prices of food items in the month of Mizan. According to officials, this decrease was 1.7% in the price of meat, 3.7% in fruits, and 0.7% in sweets.
The National Statistics and Information Agency collects and analyzes the data of the cost of goods on a monthly basis, which shows that the price of food has decreased by 0.6% in the last month of this year. This decrease was 1.7% in the price of meat, 3.7% in the fruits, 2.0% in sugar and sweets.
According to him, there is a 3.0% increase in the price of non-food items. This increase is 4.1% in clothing and apparel, 4.0% in housing, and 3.4% in home appliances.
There is a 3.0% increase in the prices of non-food items, and this increase is 4.1% for clothes, 4.0% for housing, and 4.3% for home appliances.
But the residents of Kabul still complain about the high prices of food and want the authorities to solve this problem.
The government should control the prices of materials such as flour and oil. A poor man who has to work for a week or a month to be able to buy a sack of flour. The prices are high. Rice, sugar, and flour have been priced, which should be prevented these prices from rising.
On the other hand, officials of Kabul municipality say that since the Islamic Emirate came to power for the second time, Kabul municipality has been distributing price lists to all sellers in coordination with a joint commission to control prices.
Our mechanism is that this price list is updated every week and it is applicable in all Kabul city for the first week. And the Kabul municipality has the Market Regulation Authority in 22 areas of Kabul city, which is responsible for monitoring these price lists, and also the contact number of 155. It is for the benefit of our dear citizens that if someone defies the price list, let us know and the municipality will take steps.
This is while, according to the information of National Statistics and Information Agency, the prices of food items increased by 6.0% in the month of Sanbola this year. Maulavi Nur Jalal Jalali, Public Health Minister, in a meeting with Robert Dixon, Charge d'Affaires of the British Embassy in Afghanistan, discussed the establishment of health centers in remote areas, creation of facilities for cancer treatment, and the health sector and attracting international health aid. During this visit, Mr. Jalali said that the Ministry of Public Health is committed to creating facilities for the treatment of cancer patients and addicts and has opened a number of hospitals for this purpose. Meanwhile, the Charge d'Affaires of the British Embassy has assured Britain's cooperation with Afghanistan in the field of health. The Ministry of Education says that a new building for a primary school was built and put into use in Said Karam district of Paktia province at the cost of 2,500,000 Afghanis. The ministry adds that this building has been built at the financial expenses of a charity foundation. Maulavi Atiqullah Zizi, Deputy Minister of Arts and Culture of the Ministry of Information and Culture, met with Zhao Sheng, the Chinese ambassador in Kabul, to discuss bilateral cultural relations. During this visit, Mr. Azizi said that international cultural organizations and countries should cooperate in protecting the cultural values of Afghanistan, added that the smuggling, illegal digging, and expropriation of historical monuments have been prevented in Afghanistan under the rule of the Islamic Emirate. Meanwhile, the Chinese ambassador said that according to the plan of the MCC contracting company and the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum, the extraction and processing of Miss Ainak mine will start in the first months of next year, and both countries will work together to protect the historical monuments in this area. The Deputy Minister of Jirga and Coordination of the Ministry of Borders, Tribes and Tribal Affairs says that in the past 1 year, they have resolved more than 800 major and minor disputes between tribes and families at the country level. According to them, many conflicts and enmity between the tribes have arisen due to the invasion of the country by the Soviet forces and the US-led NATO forces. More details in report.
In a special interview with RTA News, the Deputy Minister of Borders, Tribes and Tribal Affairs said that they have been able to resolve major and minor enmities and disputes between tribes and families at the country level.
In 1 year, we have resolved more than 304 major disputes with the efforts of the minister and the chiefs of this ministry, and 525 minor disputes that also had a lot of financial and personal casualties that had been going on for a long time. Alhamdulillah, in this 1 year, we have achieved so much in this regard.
The Deputy of the Ministry adds that conflicts and enmity between tribes in the country arose due to the invasion on Afghanistan by former Soviet and US-led NATO forces.
Almost 4 decades of misfortune have befallen on our country. In these 4 decades, there have been 2 invasions on our land, and these 2 invasions have not had such an easy time here. They did not enjoy it and did not receive the purposes for which they came. And the honorable and pious Afghan people have stood against them. They have declared jihad with them.
It's worth mentioning that with the victory of the Islamic Emirate, along with the Ministry of Borders, Tribes and Tribal Affairs, dozens of enmities and disputes have been resolved and turned into friendship through the mediation of local officials and tribal leaders in some provinces of the country.
With the financial support of the International Organization for Migration and the coordination of the Disaster Preparedness Department of Nangarhar Province, 6 threat reduction projects have been started in Nangarhar's Rodat, Haskamena and Nazian districts. Retaining walls, dams and canal projects are included in these districts to eliminate the risk of flooding, which will save hundreds of houses, agricultural lands and trees from the risk of flooding. The Faryab Police Command reported the discovery and capture of a number of weapons and ammunition in the Almar district of the province by the security forces. According to the command's information, among the discovered weapons are gun machines, mortars, communications, several types of ammunition and tank parts. And the final one is that the National Disaster Preparedness Agency says that a cooperation agreement worth $2,132,000 has been signed between this agency and ACTED organization. Based on this agreement, the money will be spent on cash and non-cash assistance to 4,820 families in the northern, eastern, and western provinces. And that's all for tonight. We will be back with more news updates. Until then, stay tuned. Have a good night.
شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا